What's up, everybody? Hey, so this is the gambling show. So if you don't like the gambling stuff, this is probably not the show you want to watch. But I'm going to talk about some normal stuff at the end. If you don't like the gambling, don't complain. Just click the timestamp and just jump past the gambling stuff. I'm going to talk about a little bit about Colt Nichols is out at beta. That was a strange one for me, and I'm going to tell you I had some thoughts on that. Johnny Hopper wasn't, an old friend of mine, came at me pretty hard, and I'm going to tell you guys about that situation. But remember, guys, subscribe. I appreciate it, and let's get into this.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
All right, guys, so if you want to bet on motocross, use the link in the description, head over to Bet Online, create your account, and that's it. That's all you got to do. If you add your money with crypto, it is in there almost instantly, and you can also collect almost instantly. They're really fast with it. If you use a regular bank or credit card, it takes a couple days, and they might have to double verify it because it's offshore gambling. So your bank's going to go, hey, is this fraud? It's not fraud. They'll get you your money, and I've collected money both ways to make sure it works. So in the 250s, they bet there's a bet option on hole shot. Who will get the hole shot? Now, if you bet this bet, you get two chances. They only have to hole shot one time of two motos. And I like Time Master Pool. You get 3-to-1 odds on Time Master Pool to get the hole shot at Southwick, and you get two opportunities because he's got all that confidence coming off that huge win at High Point. I don't think he's going to win Southwick, but I like him. If you're going to give me 3-to-1 odds, I'll take him with two opportunities to get that hole shot. I like Hayden Deegan, but he's only minus 150 to get the hole shot. And I don't like those odds on a hole shot. There's too many things that can happen. You could get the best jump. Somebody can squeeze past you. At minus 150, I just don't like that bet. I mean, that means you bet $1 to win 50 cents. So if you bet $1, you'd collect $1.50. You obviously get your original dollar back. And the odds to win the Southwick race, this is straight up just win the overall. They've got Max Anstey. They have added him, who has been really fast there in, practicing in the Star test session. Max is good in the sand. I mean, the guy won Lommel against Jeffrey Hurlings and some of the best in the business. I don't think he's going to be able to get it done for both motos. I think he might run up front, and I would not be surprised if he's on the podium, but I don't think he's going to win. I just don't think off the bench you can walk right in and just be there for the entire moto. Even a guy of Max Anstey's caliber. So I'm probably going to lay off Max. He's 5-to-1. $1 wins $5. But I'm still going to lay off of that. But they did have a mismatch on there. They got Joe Schmoda, who's been on the podium there almost every single time they've gone to Southwick. He won the second moto there. Joe is good, and he's getting better. Everybody knows Joe starts the season really slow, and as soon as the pressure's off, he starts looking really good. So they're giving you 12-to-1. Yeah, I put some money on that. I think he should be more like a 5-to-1 or a 6-to-1. You're trying to tell me that if you had to go head-to-head, Joe Schmoda, Max Anstey, I think that's about even. So I'm putting some money on Joe Schmoda. And then there's some matchups. So what they do on the matchups is you take like Tom Vial versus Chance Hymas. That's one of them. I think that's a no-brainer. I don't think obviously Chance Hymas has a chance, but no way. I'll take Tom Vial all day, every day. I think Tom's probably going to win this race. It's minus 165, but I just don't see Chance Hymas, a guy from Idaho that's really good on hard terrain, going to Southwick and beating a GP guy that won the race last year. I just don't see that happening. I feel like that's easy money right there if you take Tom Vial. The other matchup is Joe Schmoda versus Levi Kitchen. This is a coin flip, and it's minus 135 versus minus. You don't get plus money on either one of them. And I don't know. I just don't feel secure enough about this to take either one. And if you're not going to give me some good odds, I'm probably going to lay off. But if I had to lean, I'm going to definitely go Joe Schmoda. Now let's take a look at the 450 class. The odds to get the hole shot. Hole shot is a weird one for me. You get two attempts at it, but it's just they're all the guys. There's so many guys that can not win the race can get the hole shot. If some guy that isn't even listed gets the hole shot, you're out. So it's a tough one unless you can give me some good odds. This is a somewhat hometown race for Justin Barcia, so I wouldn't be shocked if Barcia ripped a hole shot, ran up front for a couple laps. He's plus 600, so you're going to give me 6-to-1 on a local favorite? I'll take it. The only other guy that I would consider betting the hole shot in the 450 class is Aaron Plessinger. Plessinger's 7.5-to-1. And I don't think he's going to get it, but if I was going to put some money, I wouldn't feel bad sprinkling it on Aaron. He's been a good starter. But if you want to bet on Justin Cooper, Hunter Lawrence, or any of those top four guys, you're not getting much of a return on it. So that's why I'm laying off those guys for the hole shot. In the 450 matchups, we got Chase Sexton against Hunter Lawrence. I just don't trust Chase Sexton enough. I think he might do really good in one moto, and I think he's going to have issues in the other moto, where I think Hunter Lawrence is going to be solid in both. I'm leaning towards Hunter. It's kind of a pick'em. Actually, it's absolutely a pick'em. They're both minus 120. That's how they do it when it's even, because the house has to get their 20. Then we've got Dylan Ferrandis versus Justin Barcia. Typically, the way the season's gone, I'm going to take Dylan Ferrandis. But being this is Justin Barcia's somewhat home race, and he's coming off a week off, and he had those sore knees, I don't know. I think there's a good chance that Justin Barcia can get over on Dylan Ferrandis. So if I'm going to bet this one, I get Justin Barcia at plus 170. So I'm almost getting 2-to-1 odds against Dylan Ferrandis. I don't know if I love that bet, but if I'm going either side, I'm going with Justin Barcia. All right, guys, that's it for the gambling stuff. And remember, just use the link in the description. Head over there, and you can create your account. And also, leave some comments. I've been trying to get some different prop bets on there. I've been trying to get fast lap time listed as an option to see who can get that. I would like to see podiums return, where you can bet if a guy's going to get on the podium. It's going to take a little bit of encouragement, but Eric from BetOnline reads the comments. So please, if you have a suggestion, a legitimate suggestion, put it in the comments. He will read them. So after a seriously lackluster Supercross season, Colt Nichols is out on the new factory beta. Now, a lot of people are going to say, the beta sucked anyway, but the beta looked pretty good. It's hard to say that bike wasn't good when Benny Bloss was riding the wheels off that thing. He was riding really good. He was looking as good as he's looked in his career. So then when Colt got in there and could barely get into the mains, it wasn't a good look. And Colt's the guy that they were counting on to be the guy that could be a top 10 type rider. For whatever reason, he didn't mesh with the beta. The Hep Suzuki opportunity came up. I imagine he went to them and said, hey, I'm going to go ride the Suzuki. And they went, okay. And they just kind of mutually parted. They weren't happy with him. He wasn't happy with them. That's just how the issues go sometimes. But I don't think there's a lot of bad blood. It's just a new opportunity for Colt Nichols. And I'm sure a lot of you guys that watch both my channel and Hopper's channel saw him take a shot at me. I think he said effing Cooksey, stirring up drama, whatever.
As of right now, the community is in uproar about stupid shit. And this is all about Glenn Helen and what Davey Coombs said on Gypsy Tales podcast. And I'm intertwined in it because of effing Cooksey and what we had that is no longer there. That whole scenario was I called him out for being negative. He didn't like it. And
let me explain to you where this all started. Hopper and I used to be good friends. I would like to still be friends, but he doesn't want to be friends. That's fine. It is what it is. We did a show together called The Shit Show. And where I'm at in this industry is I've had a press pass. I've worked in the industry, and I've had all that stuff held over my head, and I have sacrificed it and gone through a lot to be able to tell things the way I see them and not toe the party line. Hopper's going the other direction. He was wide open at first, and now he wants to change it from within. Now, Hopper's a good dude, and there's a lot of scum in this industry. He's not one of them. He is one of the good people out there. So, and by the way, if you guys are over on his channel commenting mean things to him from me, don't. I don't need that, and I don't want that. Hopper's a good dude and an asset to this sport, so please don't do that. I do believe he's a little bit snake charmed by Davey Coombs. Davey's very, very persuasive, and he reads a lot. Johnny reads a lot. I can see they found some common ground. And I'm guessing a lot of his frustration with me is because of that. It's not really Johnny, because when we went our different directions, I didn't want the things that I was saying for him to have to deal with my feedback. When I say something, I can take the heat, but I don't want my friends getting heat. And I thought I did the right thing by bowing out of the show and just saying, hey, I'm me, Johnny's him, and I'll even put a link to the show where I did that. Unfortunately, Johnny felt blindsided and was pissed at me. I hoped we'd eventually come around. We haven't, but my hand's out there whenever Johnny wants it. Like I said, he's a good dude. He's an asset to this sport, and you won't get me to say anything bad about him other than maybe he's snake charmed by Davey Coombs, but that's it.
Cooksey spins it. You know, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Cooksey is a good journalist. He goes out there, he finds information. Do I disagree with his delivery? Most of the time, yes. And that's what caused the problem between us. With Davey, him and I are on good terms. Yes, you said it. Him and I are on good terms. I have no reason to be disrespectful to this person. He has been nothing but kind to me. So therefore, I have no reason to have any animosity towards him. All right. Cooksey, on the other hand, we don't have a friendship anymore. Plain and simple. You guys want to know what that happens? I told you what happens. Yes, there's other stuff. Whatever. Okay?
You know, I come off really brash and I tend to piss people off, and I don't care about Davey Coombs or the hierarchy in this sport. If I see something that I think is wrong, I'm going to talk about it. If I see, you know, a goggle brand suing a track, I think that's wrong, I'm going to talk about it. And Johnny was getting some flack from, I believe it was Davey Coombs, for, you know, just the things that I'm saying. And Hopper and I have two different philosophies. Hopper is trying to he 100% believes he can change this industry for the better by being a part of it, by getting the press pass, by getting in with these people. Unfortunately, I've already been there. I was already there. I had a press pass. I was a part of that clique, and I said, screw this. And so we're going the opposite directions. Johnny knows what I have sacrificed to be able to say whatever I want. So on his show, when he told me to stop saying things because he's getting backlash, I'm not gonna lie, that definitely, I was like, whoa, okay. And we've had some personal talks, and he knows a lot about what I've gone through and how I have this platform to where I am able to shed light on things that I believe need to be talked about without repercussions. Because believe me, people have come after me behind the scenes, jobs, and all. I'm not gonna go into details, but it's been very ugly, and Johnny knows all that ugliness. So when he said that to me, I'm like, dude, you know what I've done to be able to be unhinged, to be able to say what I want. I mean, I've literally changed careers to make sure I could do that. And then for my friend, you know, to say that, oh, I was like, whoa, I was really pissed. But at the same time, I stepped back and I'm like, okay, I see where he's coming from. I do, because I see where he's trying to go. And two different philosophies, we both think that we're both trying to make the sport better. We're doing it in different ways. I thought I was taking the high road and bowing out of his show, because the last thing I want is Johnny getting crap for things that I say. I will not be doing the shit show with Hopper and Coach. Hopper and I kind of had a disagreement. Typically, Hopper and I, listen, I love that guy. He's one of my favorite people on earth, but we have some philosophical differences when it comes to how to handle positive, negative, and this industry. So I come from a background where I've been in the industry. I wrote for Vital. I wrote for MotoX Addicts. I've been in the press box. I've been on, you know, I was a regular with Pulp. I did the Pulp stuff, Fly Motos. I did all that. But what I found is, and Hopper told me, he wants to back off the negativity and not say some of the things that I say, and he doesn't want to be associated with those things. And I'm not going to lie, that definitely hurt my feelings. I was like, ooh, you know, because I don't mind when I get backlash. When I get backlash, it's fine. But when people close to me have to feel that backlash, they didn't sign up for that. I did that. I don't want Hopper to feel that. So I'm bowing out of the shit show because I don't want Hopper to be associated, because when he's got his own mission and what he's going to, and Johnny's a great mind in this sport. He's really smart. Not many people have an eye for the details like Johnny Hopper. He has so much to offer to this industry and to this sport, and I do hope his theory works for him. It doesn't work for me. So I thought I was doing the good thing, bowing out. Yes, I was still mad. That was between me and Johnny, and as friends do, friends argue, friends fight, and then we get over it. I gave him some space. I was thinking about going to the Glendale Supercross. Johnny's based out in Arizona. I said, hey, do you want to hang out? And he said, no, I'm good. And I was like, oh, I wonder if he's still mad at me. So I texted him, are you pissed at me? What's wrong? And he said, no, still friends, homie. Or I think I said like, no problem. I get it. That means he's mad. He's not ready to hang out yet. I have not texted him or talked to him since then. And then I see the video and I'm like, wait, I was kind of surprised. So I reached out to Johnny. He wouldn't take my phone call because Johnny gets a little heated, and so do I. But he didn't want to talk to me, but we text back and forth, and he let me know that he really felt stabbed in the back when I bowed out of the show the way I did it. He thought I blindsided him. And while I didn't have that intention, I also see how it may have come off. And sometimes when you have an intention, the result doesn't match what you intended to do. And for that, I apologize that Johnny got heat. For those of you guys on my channel that go over to his channel and talk trash and mention my name, do not go trash Johnny on my behalf. Johnny's a good dude, he really is. Whether you agree with his takes or not, Johnny's a smart guy, and he brings a lot to the table. So that's where it is with Johnny and I. Thanks, guys. Remember, subscribe, and I will chat later.